How's you going right there, eh? It's Denis here from Denis Lozy Outdoors. Out in the chicken coop again. Two of these guys are a little wet, a little crappy out today. It's raining now. It actually snowed through the night, and it's warmed up, so it's all melting and it's kind of gross. So my plan is today, after doing a little bit of research, this girl right here is gone broody, which means, as you can tell, she starts squealing. She hasn't laid eggs in quite a few days. The other one next to her is doing the same thing. So this one for sure, I've noticed. I see there's water pouring on her now. She's been kind of broody for quite a few days actually. I've actually taken her and thrown her out a few times so she would eat and then she'd go right back in. Another thing, when they're broody, they do not lay eggs. So she's been sitting in that box for quite a few days with nothing under her. So after doing a little bit of research, so what I decided to do is I collected a bunch of eggs. So she has actually, let's see if I can show this. She has 5 eggs under her right now that are all marked. Oh, God, I don't want to do that. See, I got a mark on them. I'll have a mark so that I just want to tuck them back under her so she'll keep them warm. So that way, if another one goes and lays in there, I can pull that egg out. So what I'm doing is this box here, I just lined it. And my plan is tonight, when it's dark, I'm going to haul her out of there and put her in that other box and contain her in that one spot. But before I do that, I wanted to clean out the bottom of the chicken coop because the coop is full. So that's been there all winter. You leave it thick like that so that it generates some heat and helps keep it warm for them through the winter. You can see there's her butt hanging out there, so she's been in that box for a while. So my plan is I'm going to use this nesting box and I'm going to quarantine this spot again like I did earlier after I clean all this out with that baby crib partition. And then if she does have little ones, I'll put a mesh in there so they can't get out and get mixed up with the other chickens. So that way she can be locked up in here. I can bring food for her and water, and that in 21 days, if she hatches, then the little ones will be all protected, and then I don't have to worry about them getting pecked on by the other ones. I think it'll take a week or so after they're born or hatched, I guess. So what I'll do is these 2 boxes right here will be allocated so she can rest or nest on that one. Maybe what I'll do, I'll just leave the one for now. When she does hatch out, then maybe I'll push the partition back so that the chicks will have more room for them. There's still lots of room for the other ones over there. So phone's getting soaking wet. I'm gonna put everything on hold here for now. I'm gonna scoop all this stuff out of here and then put new stuff in, and that way there I don't have to do it when she's in here. It'll be good for a while. Okay, stand by. Okay, there we have it. Yeah, that's real stylish looking, but anyhow, it's gonna work. This is what I had set up for quarantine for the Bloody Mary that time when she got all beat up, and then I tore it all apart because I didn't need it anymore. So anyhow, later on, depending on how well this goes, I'll either rig up another little brooder or another space that if I have to quarantine any, or if I want to try to hatch some on our own without incubating. So that is box number 1 that I'm going to try to sneak over tonight and put her in there. So at dark I'll come and scoop out all the eggs. She's quite a ways down there now in the box, like I showed earlier. So I'll scoop all the eggs out, put them in this box, then grab her and then put her in on top of the eggs. And apparently if you do it at night, she's more apt to stay on the eggs. So I'll wait a little bit to make sure she does, and then tomorrow morning I'll check on her. That second box, I gotta just some scrap wood on it for now because I don't want her to go in there. I want her to stay and go on the ones with the eggs, so she has no option. Then if they do hatch in 20 days from now, 21 days, because she was started yesterday, 20 days from now, I'll if they start hatching and everything is good, I will take those scrap pieces of boards down and then open this up a little bit, and then they'll have a little bit of room to move around. I think also I'm going to I'll put a cage or a net or something in the front so that if we open the door, we don't have to worry about them falling out. I think I got another little scrap piece. I'll put it on there. Anyhow, so I scooped up all the stuff that was left there all winter. So it was all wood chips and probably 6 inches deep of manure and urine and stuff over the winter. So I scooped all that out. There it is there. I think there was probably 3 wheelbarrow loads. So I'll leave that for a while, let it cool off, and then maybe I'll use it in the garden or something. I don't know, figure something out. So what I did is I just scooped up some fresh wood chips, threw it on the bottom, and they're all out there looking like drowned rats because they think I got stuff for them, so they're not underneath the coop. Anyhow, that's pretty well what's going on today. Just show you the trout pond. I see the trout pond's thawed out. Haven't seen if there's any fish or anything yet, or any trout. Like I was saying in another video a while back, was that I had trout in there the year prior, and I think I had too many fish in there for the size of the pond. I put 100 trout, plus I had a pile of goldfish. I had goldfish in here for years, and they were reproducing. There was lots of little ones and a lot of big goldfish. And then the trout that I had in there, they actually ate all the little goldfish, and I kept feeding them, and they got a pretty good size. Left them over winter, and the following year, which was last spring, a year from now, they didn't make it. They all died. So what happens is if you have too many fish and organic material in there, it starts to break down under the ice and creates ammonia, and if the ammonia can't get away, then it makes the water toxic and the fish die. So I lost all the fish last year, so I thought, okay, well, last spring I put only 50 trout in here, so I put half the amount of trout. So I'm hoping to see this spring here shortly to see if any of them made it. If not, I'll have to try to figure out some other way, either try to keep a hole in the ice somehow to exhaust the ammonia, or some type of pipe or something. I'm not sure yet. Or I might not even bother. I might just go back with the goldfish. The goldfish, they just live through everything. Over there, I don't know if you can see, I got a mallard nesting box that I had set up. I did see a male and a female mallard the other day out here. They, I think it's the same ones that come every year. Anyhow, that's pretty well it for now. This is the bottom spot. I got a bunch of apple trees down here all along the bank. I planted, I think I got 6 apple trees along the bank, Anyhow, that's up by, I'm just behind the house. Obviously this time of the year everything's a mess. Put a bunch of rabbit manure on all the apple trees. This rain's probably going to do it some good. Let it break down. I have another, I think 17, 18 apple trees on the way that I ordered. It's kind of a mess. That bucket down there is a bait bucket or a maggot bucket. I have a bunch of holes drilled in it. I throw a bunch of old rotten meat in it and I'd hang it on that wire over the pond. Then the flies would go in and lay a bunch of eggs, and then the maggots would come out and drop into the pond and feed the trout. Worked pretty good. Anyhow, that's it for now. I'll maybe tomorrow I'll see, maybe update you and let you know how that worked out with the broody hen and hatching. Hopefully in 20 days we'll get some chicks. Anyhow, that's it. Thanks for watching. That's the end there, eh?